Hey, Habs fans, are you feeling a surge of excitement laced with a hint of doubt right now? What if the Montreal Canadiens are on the verge of solving their long-standing second-line center problem with a blockbuster trade that could redefine our roster? Picture this. Bo Horvat, a proven star from the New York Islanders, donning the red, white, and blue, anchoring our lineup behind Nick Suzuki. This isn't just a pipe dream. It's a high-impact trade proposal making waves. And today we're breaking it down. Join me as we explore how this deal could transform the Habs, what it would cost, and whether it's a missing piece in Kent Hughes' master plan. Let's dive into this game-changing possibility. Let's kick things off with the context. The Canadiens have been on a mission to bolster their roster, and GM Kent Hughes hasn't hidden his ambition. Despite a relatively quiet NHL offseason, Hughes managed to land star defenseman Noah Dobson and young forward Zach Bolduc, signaling that Montreal is serious about building a contender. But one glaring hole remains: a reliable second-line center. The Habs have done their homework, scouring the market for a solution, but so far, nothing has materialized. That hasn't deterred Hughes, who's known for his relentless pursuit of upgrades. As Dave Benson of Heavy Sports points out, Montreal isn't backing down, and a jaw-dropping trade proposal has emerged to address this critical need, bringing in Bo Horvat from the Islanders in a package centered around Kirby Dach. Let's unpack the details of this proposed deal. According to Benson, the trade would see the Canadiens acquire Bo Horvat, while the Islanders would receive Kirby Dach, Joe Veleno, a forward prospect, either Joshua Roy, Owen Beck, or Oliver Kapanen, and a 2026 second-round draft pick. Horvat, a 30-year-old veteran with over 12 seasons of NHL experience, is a consistent producer and a natural leader. Last season, he notched 33 goals and 68 points, proving he's still in his prime. With 6 years left on an 8-year, $68 million contract signed after his 2023 trade from Vancouver to New York, his $8.5 million annual cap hit is steep, but manageable for Montreal's projected $38.1 million in cap space for 2026 to 27. For the Habs, Horvat would slot perfectly behind Nick Suzuki, and in the endless debate over who can anchor that second line. His face-off prowess, two-way play, and scoring touch would elevate our center depth overnight. Now, let's look at what the Islanders get in return, and why this trade makes sense for them. Kirby Dach, at 24 years old, is a former third overall pick with untapped potential. Though injuries have slowed his development, he's entering the final year of a 4-year, $13.45 million deal, carrying a $3.3625 million cap hit. Paired with Joe Veleno, a gritty depth forward, a promising prospect like Joshua Roy or Owen Beck, and a 2026 second-round pick, this package offers New York a mix of immediate help and future assets. As Benson notes, this deal will be a stamp of commitment to the Islanders' rebuild under new GM Matthew Darche, who took over May after Lou Lamoriello's departure. With recent moves like winning the draft lottery from Matthew Schaefer and trading Noah Dobson to Montreal for 2 first-round picks, New York is clearly pivoting toward youth. Adding Dach and company would accelerate that shift, giving them pieces to build around while shedding Horvat's long-term contract. Let's zoom in on why this trade is such a big deal for the Canadiens. The second-line center role has been a revolving door of uncertainty for Montreal. Kirby Dach was supposed to be the answer, but injuries and inconsistent play have left fans wanting more. Internal options like Oliver Kapanen are unproven at the NHL level. And while Nick Suzuki is a rock as a top-line center, the drop-off after him is noticeable. Enter Bo Horvat, a player who's been there, done that, and can stabilize the middle of the ice. His ability to win key face-offs, consistently above 50% in recent seasons, contribute offensively, and play a response with his own and would take pressure off Suzuki and allow coach Martin St. Louis to roll 2 dangerous lines. Pair Horvat with wingers like Cole Caulfield or Uri Slavkovsky, and suddenly, the Habs' attack looks far more balanced and threatening. Of course, there's a flip side to consider. Giving up Dach, Veleno, a prospect, and a draft pick is no small price. Dach still has upside. If he stays healthy, he could blossom into a top-6 center himself. Losing a prospect like Roy or Beck stings for a rebuilding team that values its pipeline, and a second-round pick is valuable currency in a deep draft. Then there's Horvat's contract. 6 years at $8.5 million per is a long commitment for a player who's already 30. If his production dips or injuries creep in, that deal could become an albatross. And let's not forget the Islanders' perspective. While they're rebuilding, Horvat is a key veteran presence alongside Matt Barzal. Benson acknowledges that a trade isn't imminent. If New York is out of contention by the 2026 deadline, they might sell, but for now, they've shut down speculation. Montreal would likely be first in line if that changes, but it's a waiting game. Let's step back and think about the broader implications. For the Canadiens, landing Horvat would be a statement of intent, a signal that the rebuild is accelerating and that Hughes isn't content to wait for internal development alone. It would boost fan morale and give the locker room a proven winner to rally around. For the Islanders, this trade would double down on their youth movement, aligning with Dart's vision to reshape the franchise. But the risk-reward balance is delicate for both sides. Montreal must weigh the cost of assets and cap space against Horvat's immediate impact, while New York must decide if parting with a star center fits their timeline. As fans, we're left dreaming of what could be while bracing for possibility that this blockbuster stays just out of reach. As we wrap this up, I can't help but feel a rush of anticipation about what this trade could mean for Canadians. Bo Horvat in Montreal would solve a nagging problem, giving us a second-line center to build around and pushing us closer to contention. But the price, Kirby Dach, Joe Veleno, a prospect, and a pick, reminds us that big moves come with big risks. Kent Hughes has shown he's not afraid to swing for the fences, and while this deal isn't done yet, it's a tantalizing glimpse of what might be on the horizon. Whether it happens now or later, one thing is clear. The Habs are in the hunt for impact players, and the 2025-26 season could be a turning point. So, Habs Nation, I'm handing this over to you. Would you make this trade for Bo Horvat, or do you think the cost is too steep? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to know where you stand on this blockbuster idea. And if this proposal has you as hyped as it has me, hit that like button to show some love. Let's keep the buzz going as we watch Kent Hughes work his magic. Until next time, keep the faith and bleed blue, Blanc, Et Rouge.